Testing, I think the mic's on. No, I started the car talk without the mic being on, so it's not the brightest idea because we're in traffic right now, and I have no business trying to figure that out. But since I kind of already know where the buttons are, I can kind of already press it by memory and everything, which is good. Or just kind of like visualize it and just kind of take a look at it real quick. But today we're in for quite a treat. It's our second back day at this new gym, so that means we're going to be trying out some new back machines now. For the rows and for honestly for everything, I think we're going to just be trying out different things now. For cables, I think we're just going to be sticking to the cable lateral races that we like. I don't think we're going to be switching those up. Now there's not a lot of machines that I would say can compare to that, to be honest, when it comes to side delts. So I don't think we got to really change or try out any other machine. I think we're gonna stick to a cable stack for our lateral races until further notice. And I think also for our rear delts, we're also gonna be doing cables for quite some time because I started getting a little bit better at doing it a little bit from from higher away from me. So instead of it being kind of yay high where it's kind of on my shoulder height, I kind of have it above me by like my head. So that way it just kind of works a little bit better with my anatomy. When my arm is this way for some reason, I get this collarbone kind of issue and it just starts to kind of hurt a little bit on my left shoulder. And so from moving on to doing them this way and just making sure that I have that good my muscle connection, I've been able to hit my rear delts even better without it hurting, which is good. Because sometimes it would be like maybe the next day, and I'll already start feeling some pain on my or some aches around my collarbone or my shoulder, which is not ideal because it's not the most comfortable thing to be having those aches. But I think we're gonna be trying out this. Man, these machines look so weird. This one looks pretty cool though. It's gonna be this lat pull down machine, but it's gonna have these handles on the side. It looked pretty sick yesterday when I was kind of taking a look at it, because yesterday I was also kind of scoping around the back machines to see what we're also gonna use for today. But I think we're gonna be using that specific lat pull down machine. Let me actually show you guys which one I'm talking about. I'll post a picture here. Like I mentioned, for some reason, I don't even know if your gym is kind of similar to that, but our gym also sells equipment. And so their equipment specifically branded, and so I can look up which specific machine it is, so that way I can show you guys what it is. But we're gonna be using that lat pull down, and then we're gonna be also doing a type of row as well that also looks pretty. It looks pretty funny, just kind of like the little setup with the handles and everything, but it looks pretty awesome. So we're gonna be setting that up as well. It's gonna be chest supported, and I think just kind of depending on how we can kind of grab onto that one, we either stick to that one for the entire time we do rows for the 5 sets, or we maybe move on to something else. I'm not exactly sure just yet, but we shall see. We shall see once we get there. Now, this gym has been so awesome at it being so spacious, even though it's small, because I feel like I'm never bumping into anyone. A lot of folks are also creating content and everything around there, and it never feels super packed. It feels like whoever set everything up really like spaced it out pretty well. I think I'm a really big fan of those cages that they have kind of set up in the whole middle of the gym, where you can set up so many different movements, from like a Smith machine to literally like just doing like squats as well, like without the Smith machine, but it's the Smith machine is on one side, the free weight is on the other side of it, and it's just they're just so sick. And I think if we ever do get a home gym, who knows, right? Then things are so fucking expensive though. But maybe we get lucky one day. Maybe we get lucky. I think one of those cages is gonna be pretty useful because, man, it's gonna be compact and it's gonna really have a lot of the things that we need, because you can do a lot of those things with a cable stack and some free weights. To be honest with you guys, you can hit up honestly everything with that. But now that doesn't mean that we're not gonna want any isolation machines if we do have our gym and stuff. So I think we're just gonna look around, but it's always nice to have here and there to have a nice variety. I think what's really nice about this place that has a good variety. Now, the only drawback a little bit is that me and Jasmine were kind of talking a little bit is that they don't have too much of a variety when it comes to hamstrings, and they only have one specific laying hamstring curl. And I swear to God, for some reason, that one hurts the hell of out of our bottom of the quads, kind of like where our knee meets the quad, and it just like presses down so hard in such a weird way that, man, it just doesn't make the set comfortable. And mostly if you're trying to go to failure, imagine like having that pain and you're trying to go to failure, it just squeezes my muscle around kind of weird. I'm not the biggest fan, but I did buy that pad that we're gonna use. It comes in today. Unfortunately, Amazon played us, man. Amazon be talking about 1 day delivery, all this and that. Hell nah. This one is a 2 day delivery, and it's still not even here. And it's almost 3 p.m. So we got a little bit unlucky with with the Amazon delivery. So we're not gonna be able to use the pad today, but we are gonna be using that little pad tomorrow when we do our leg extensions because it's gonna be super beneficial. I think the pad is around 2 to 3 inches thick, so it's gonna give us a little bit more room, a little bit more range of motion, which is awesome. Which is awesome. Now we're catching a little bit of traffic, but that's kind of what it is when you're around the city too. It's always a bunch of traffic. I think it's also because a lot of the trailers and everything that are around everywhere. Something that I just till this day have never understood is when certain sections of the freeway have traffic, but then once you get out of that small little section, it's like hella free. So it's like, why the hell was there traffic in that little spot in the first place? You know what I mean? It's like the people just decide to stop and just create I have no idea. I have no idea. But it sucks when you're in traffic and the next thing you know, one whole section after the traffic is hella free, but you're like, okay, why aren't people moving? So it's a little bit unfortunate. I still don't understand traffic till this day. I really don't. Okay, but enough talking. Let's head over to the gym, or let's skip over to the gym actually, because we're already on our way over there. We already have our pre-workout. We have our mango NutriCost. We have around 12 to maybe, I would say 10 to 12 grams of creatine in there, and then we have some iodized salt that Jasmine brought from Australia. That it's been pretty good. She's been kind of wanting to get iodized salt for a bit, but she wasn't able to find it over here. I know I found it one time in, I think it was a Lucky's. I think I found it or Safeway. I just can't remember. I bought it one time and then I just didn't buy it again because I started getting on sea salt. But I just been rocking with the iodized salt that Jasmine bought from Australia. And it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. So we rocking with that as well in our pre-workout. Okay. Anyways, let's skip over. Cross your fingers that we get that access to that machine so we can use it. I'll see you guys there. We just made it to the gym. Now, I think I'm gonna try one of these pull-ups. I saw these and they were kind of calling my name. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So I think I'm gonna do this for one set, and then maybe we'll go to the plate loaded one, which will be pretty good. But I'm gonna try to get maybe a 7, maybe 8. What I like about this one in particular, as you can see, these things you can move them around. So if you want maybe like a bit of a more inner type of grip, you can do that, or you want something a little bit more outer. What's also nice is that these you can kind of move it around just based on what you want. So let's see, I want to grab it this way, and I want to pull up. Yeah, so we'll do that. That's pretty good, right? Or if I want to do maybe from like right here, a little bit more wider this way or something. But it looks like I'm gonna have to grab it from right here. Get a good little it's alright. Alright. I'm gonna take off the shirt actually so we can see it. I think I'm gonna grab it. This way. This way. This way. Okay, it's not bad, is it? No, I think the burst grips are gonna work on this one a bit better. Those. You know, with these specific handles, the way they kind of move this way, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I prefer the angle on the other ones. This whole fucking thing right here feels a little bit wonky, which I don't like, but let's maybe hit this for maybe two, three more, see how that goes. But at least we know this one's not our favorite. Let's go join Jasmine. Or let's go to that play loaded one actually. Okay, so the other machine that we're talking about is taken. So I think what we decided to do is try out that one little pull-up section that we kind of saw that you can kind of play around with the angles and everything. But honestly, it's not my favorite because it, it moves too much. You know, I'd rather have the handle kind of station. To be honest with you guys, I think I would have been way better, but it still felt pretty good. We're gonna do this play loaded one for I think the last two, and then we're gonna move over to one of the bench supported ones that we were talking about earlier in the car talk. So let's go hard on this first one of these. I think we're gonna start off with, let's try 45 and 10. See how that feels. Worst case scenario, we go up, but I think I'll be fine. Okay, Jasmine's helping us with the setup a little bit. I don't know if it's because of the lighting, but the focus likes to play around a little bit more on this with this particular gym. So I think we're gonna have to mess around with it a little bit more than we would like. But we're gonna start with this 45s and 10s. See how it feels. We check out the mighty purple belt. Let's try to go hard. I think worst case scenario we go up. But I think we'll be fine with this. Let's pause at that. I think we can hit it for maybe, I don't know, two more. And then I think we're gonna drop down. And maybe what I'll do is I'll drop the 10s, grab some 5s. I think I'll be fine. I'll give you guys a different view on the next one. First on the next one, I think a plate should be just fine. All right, let's do our last one. Jasmine went to go grab our next machine. We ended up dropping the 10 pounds. Let's get hopefully a solid 6, maybe 7, and go from there. Man, today's feeling pretty good though. We've been getting a good variation, I think. Starting off with one set of what are they? Of pull-ups really sets you for your lats, and I can really feel them activating throughout the whole thing, which has been pretty good. So let's continue to go hard. We're gonna go more to the other one right now. I can't wait to use that one. What I'm thinking is maybe we'll do the upper handle with that one, and then maybe move to another one, and then we'll do it like a little bit of a lower row. Worst case scenario, there's another machine over here on this side that we like, so we might just do that one. Yeah. Depending on how these feel, I might switch over to the Versa grips or not switch over. I might switch over to the Gym Reaper ones instead of these because when my hands start sweating, these things begin to slip, and it is not for me, man. All right, save it for 2 more. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, let's do our next one. I was talking about, actually, let me show you which ones it is. This is gonna be the one that we're gonna be showing you guys that we're gonna be doing right now for, I'm thinking maybe 2 sets will be pretty good. And I think we're gonna move over to the low rows so we can work a little bit more on our lower back. Now, I was already seeing Jasmine try these out and she looks fucking sick, so let's see how it feels. We're gonna do maybe a bit of a warm up, or I'm gonna call it a feeler set, just because we kind of already warmed up. So let's see how this feels first. All right, this machine is fucking sick. Let's go up. The stretch on this thing, man, the stability. Oh my god, we're gonna make such crazy back gains here. I think every single time we come in here, we're gonna be surprised because this place is just so fucking sick, man. All right, let's go hard. We started off with a little bit of a warm up with 30 kg. I think we can go up, maybe do 79. Let me show you guys the conversion for 79 over here. Worst case scenario, I'll put the conversion for what we end up doing if it feels too heavy. Alright, 79 kg. Let's see how that feels. Now, I also move this all the way to the front so that we can get a deeper stretch, because that's what we're looking for. Actually, I'm gonna take these off. I'm gonna use these instead. Versa grips. I agree to Versa grips, man. I think suck. And this thing pleases. There we go. Okay. Let's all right. The camera focus today, it's fucking playing with us. It's kind of all over the place. I think it's because the lighting from the outside's a little bit too bright, so it kind of throws it off. We're gonna do one more. We're gonna go to Jasmine. Let's drop side. I think I'm just gonna take off the extra weight. Let's get to the next one. Come over to our last back exercise now. For this one in particular, I think we're gonna do the bottom handles. And what I'm gonna try to do is get a really deep stretch and really pull back with my elbow so I can get as much lower back and lower lat activation as much as possible throughout the whole thing. Now we already tried this one once, and I think we did 45 and 35 and it felt pretty good. I think we can do 2 plates, and then if it feels a little bit light, maybe we'll add 5, maybe we'll add 10. We'll see how this goes. But we're not gonna use the Versa grips. We're gonna use these because you guys know, for some reason those Versa grips have been letting me down. All right, let's do it. Okay, that was pretty good. Now, if we had that little extension pad here, it would give me an even deeper stretch, which is what we're looking for, but it comes in today, so stay tuned for Friday and Saturday. We're in for a good one. Let's match it. Come on. There you go. Okay, that felt pretty good. Let's do one more just like that. All right, there's our last one. Because some people try it out with just one hand at a time. They kind of like it that way. Some people like on both hands at a time. You haven't really tried this one with both hands at the same time, so I think it'll be a disservice for me not to do that. Now, the reason I said that word in particular is because we've been watching Love Island, and the boys have been talking about not giving the new girls a chance is a disservice, which you find like the fucking funniest thing. Anyways, let's do two plates again. Bottom handles, but this time we're gonna do both hands at the same time. And then we got shoulders, and then we're done. Now let's see how we're gonna set it. I think that's good enough. There we go. Let's do a quick pause. And let's see if maybe, I don't know, 2, 3 more hopefully. Then we're gonna get some cables so we can do some lateral races that way. All right, let's do it. That's it. There's more with your shoulders. We're done. All right. Let's go ahead and start off shoulders. Jasmine already warmed up this machine for us, so we're gonna stay here for a solid 4. I think I'm just gonna record 2 of them, just so I don't make the video any longer than it needs to be. Now I think though, I'm gonna bring this down just a tiny bit. Now, this bad boy goes up in kg, so let's see what 20, actually, let me put what 20 kg is right here, so you guys can see it. But we're gonna try that out. Worst case scenario, we move down. We'll see. Let's start off with our lift. Okay. Let's get 6 on our right hand. I'm gonna take maybe 15 seconds, and then we'll start up again. Man, this 20 kg feels fucking heavy. That wasn't too bad, but I think on the next one we'll go down just a tiny bit. What I'm thinking about doing, we're gonna use this little bevel right here. I think it was Jasmine who found these 2.5s because I couldn't find them anywhere when we're doing chest. So what I'm gonna do is just put in between the little pin. I think there's enough space, so we can go little by little. So on this, I'll just put it through this thing. Yeah. Let me actually show you guys real quick so you guys can see it. If you notice, the weight kind of went in there right now. Okay. Let's get 8 in like a quarter on our right. And I'll see you guys for some of those crossbody that we like to do for our rear delts. Now I don't think this specific gym in particular has any machines for rear delts, so we're just gonna do it with the cables each time, which should be fine. This much. Okay, before you guys are done, I'm gonna save for 2 more. I think on my last one, what I'm gonna do is just do some dumbbell work. But I'm gonna do one more at least with this one, and then I'll see you guys for some rear delts. I'm gonna go drink some water. I'm thirsty. First one. We're gonna save it for 3 just so we can do this pretty fast, so we can get out of here because you like the whole release. Okay, we're gonna start off with 15 kg. See how that goes. Oh, why does it hurt so much? Okay, let's get 9 on right now. Lord Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna stay for 3 more. I'll see you guys for the pose down. Not bad. Okay. Now, we're done already. Let's see what kind of damage we did. Now, it looks like there's a class that's about to start, because every once in a while there's a class here. So let's hurry up and do that before it gets pretty noisy in here. Today was such a good back day, man, and shoulder day. Everything's been feeling pretty good. I think every single row machine at this specific gym has been so fucking sick. I can't wait for our next back day. Now that we're kind of getting used to the machines, I think we can gauge the weight a little bit better, which is what we're really looking for. And that we can only get there if we're consistent. So remember, stay consistent. But enough talking. Let's see what kind of damage we did. I need to get better at my posing from every single side because, man, I don't know. I feel like I need to practice more at home and not just at the gym. That's a little bit better on the right side. Take a look at the back now. And put it back here. I can only do it if I see myself. If I don't see myself for some reason, I can't do this pose down. Hopefully it's not blocking the camera. Okay, that's enough. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another leg day. We're gonna be trying that new machine that we've been looking at, so we're in for a treat. Remember, stay consistent and don't skip your cardio. I'll see you guys tomorrow.